I'd ask Justin Gregory to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the July 13th, 2017 meeting of the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Bob Archer. I currently have the honor of serving as chair of the commission alongside Commissioner Shelley Bueller, who represents District 1, and Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
First item of business, please.
First item's under unfinished business, number 1, acknowledge receipt of the 2018 Extension Council budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Cindy Evans with Shawnee County Extension. So according to the state statute of the back and forth, when the budget was rejected on Monday, then it goes back to the Extension Council to reconsider, and they are just choosing to submit the same budget that we presented the first time. So all we're looking for today is acknowledgement of receipt, and I know that you will consider it with all the other budgets.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll move to acknowledge receipt.
I will second.
Motion made to acknowledge receipt by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 3, consent agenda.
3 items on the consent agenda. Any questions or
I
comments?
have none. I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. That motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, this morning we have vouchers that total $1,052,653.75. The highlights out of the voucher report, payments to the state of Kansas for $681,777.77. There was a Public Works special project of $95,500. And then Public Works and Solid Waste is $92,428.71. And then finally, payments for parks and recreation activities of $38,986.50. Those make up the bulk majority of the vouchers. I have reviewed the vouchers, have no questions. I would move for their approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve the vouchers by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye, opposed no. That motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve the correction orders by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Sheriff's Office, number 1, acknowledge receipt of correspondence from Sheriff Jones regarding renewal of a contract with Offender Watch, contract C-227-2017, with an annual subscription rate or a cost at $5,000 with funding from the offender registration account.
Good morning, Commissioners. Captain Colbeck at the Sheriff's Office. This is a program that the Sheriff's Office has been using for a number of years. We manage just north of about 1,200 offenders in Shawnee County, and this program's a force multiplier for our unit and their ability to keep those offenders managed.
Questions? I have a quick question. I know some contracts we acknowledge receipt, and then the others we actually have to approve. Do you want to speak on that?
Not sure that I really can.
Okay.
I
County
apologize
Counselor,
for that.
would you? Yeah, I just want to make sure the public understands, what our role is in relation to the sheriff and his contractual ability.
There's no bright line here that I can simply throw out that makes it easy to follow, but generally speaking, if it's a contract for services paid out of an elected official's budget that does not create a countywide liability. If you look next, the next contract is you're going to execute a contract. That one is to do with the 911 communication system. So that is a county facility county-owned facility, so that requires a contract. I know I'm not being very articulate on this,
No,
but
no, and-
typically, elected officials have authority to spend the money that's been allocated to them. So contracts related solely within their budget, we can acknowledge receipt, generally.
But when there's a more general application countywide,
Involving county property, creating a county liability beyond just a vendor agreement, those we'd like to have the Board of County Commissioners execute.
okay, very good. That clears it up a lot, I think, for the public, well, and me too. Thank you, Jim.
Sure.
I don't know if I could add just a little bit of mud to that explanation. And this particular case, it's funded out of our offender registration unit funds. Offenders that come in, each one are required to register quarterly, or anytime they change their status, they're required to pay a fee to do that.
Okay.
And so we take that money, and that's what's utilized in part to fund this offender management software. So there really even isn't taxpayer dollars utilized to do this.
Okay, very good, and thank you for that
Oh, you're welcome.
clarification, Captain. I'll move to acknowledge receipt of the contract.
Second.
Motion made
I
to...
have a question.
I'm sorry.
To-
Go
Not
ahead.
to muddy the water a little bit more, but it's just attached as an invoice, not the contract. So it's for, so there's no contract that we have. You are entering into a contract. You all have the contract. But this is the invoice. I don't know if I see on the attachments a copy of the contract.
This says First Amendment.
Yeah.
I have this, there's,
I do not.
you don't have that?
I mean, it's not on, I downloaded
Online.
online,
This one?
and I have B1, we're on B1, and I have the invoice, and that's it, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That was B2 that had it.
Okay.
Sometimes when there's, if I can, if it's okay with Captain,
Absolutely.
when when it's an ongoing contract, if the originally, it was originally approved and the whole contract, the language and everything was there, and then when they are just having a renewal of that contract for research purposes, for my office, and Jane, in your office, we made this decision many years ago that in order to facilitate research, otherwise there's absolutely, would have no way of doing a word search on like offender or something if we ever needed to find out when did we actually have contracts with this company. And so now there is an original contract. We would have my office would have that on record, and that then when they have the renewal, it comes to be an invoice, and they have to, since it's agreement, they have to have a contract, and it has to be approved by or has to be acknowledged by you before it can be paid.
It's an extension of the existing contract.
Unless it was changed
Correct.
significantly.
Right.
The terms and
Yeah.
conditions are the
Okay.
same as previous years.
Okay.
Motion made to acknowledge by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next item, please.
Item B2, consider authorization and execution of contract C-228-2017, amendment to contract C-732-2012 with SN Properties Funding B Tower/Townsite LLC for lease of an additional 21 square feet to house the backup generator for the Shawnee County Emergency Communications Radio Network equipment on the 17th floor of the Topeka Tower, 534 South Kansas, at a cost of $150 per month from the 911 funds account.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeremy Rabb, Interim Director, Shawnee County Emergency Communications. We've covered quite a bit of what this contract is about. So it is an additional expense, $155 a month, so we can put in a backup generator for the site, the communication site at the top of the Tower of America. It will have a great benefit also for the Department of Corrections as well. So the generator is important due to if we lose power at the tower, the UPS system will immediately kick in, but it does not have sufficient battery backup to last an extended period of time. So, as with most other sites, this one, we'd like to have a backup generator as well.
Questions, comments for Jeremy?
I don't have any questions. I'll move for approval of the contract.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B3, acknowledge receipt of correspondence from Sheriff Jones regarding a contract with Kyle Soldani, contract C-229-2017 for technical support for the ASTRO P25 radio networks and advanced training for Sheriff's Office personnel and partner agencies.
Mr. Soldina was the former radio network administrator for Shawnee County. He oversaw all 7 towers and all the infrastructure that not only handles the emergency radio network communications that our public safety uses, but also all the men and women in the city, county, and even state and federal partners that are on there. So our public works individuals that use radios are utilizing these towers. City officials, even within the public libraries, utilize radios that go off these towers. Mr. Soldina has recently gone into contract work with the sheriff. He's pursuing outside opportunities and new business ventures. His subject matter expertise is important for me to have around. Therefore, we've put him on contract.
Questions or comments for Jeremy on that issue?
No comments. I'll move to acknowledge receipt of correspondence.
Second.
Motion made to acknowledge by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Good to see you, Jeremy. I hope you will, before the end of the month, give us an update on how we're making progress in the dispatch center. I think it continues to be important that we communicate to the public the changes we're making, the training we're doing, and that we're getting better all the time there.
Yes, Commissioner, we will. And you should start to receive the monthly management board minutes as well, where we will cover a lot of that. As far as personnel goes, our current numbers for the center stand at 12 communication specialists, 1s, level 2 communication specialists, 6. We have 8 currently in training right now in our new academy. Those are good numbers. I'm not sure we've seen those before. We have 4 shift supervisors, 1 floor supervisor, 8 intermittents, and of course the new training manager along with the administrative staff. So our numbers for the center currently sit at 44.
Good. We are making progress.
We are making good progress, and we continue.
need to continue to tell the public that. So,
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Next item, please.
Item C, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-230-2017 with TDC Learning Centers, Inc. for management of the Shawnee North preschool program with compensation from TDC of $6,750 for the year.
Good morning, Commissioners. Susan Fowler-Hensler, Recreation Superintendent. So before you today is the contract with Topeka Daycare Center at Shawnee North. They have been up there now for, I believe this will be their 4th year that they have been running the preschool at Shawnee North. This has been a great partnership, one of the original partnerships we did after consolidation, as defined in the master plan, to start alleviating some costs to the taxpayers through staffing. I did want to just share with you a few comments from their annual report that they send me at the end of their May school schedule. So surveying the parents as far as curriculum and teachers are concerned, all of their ratings were 95% to 100% on every single question that the parents answered. And then some of the responses from the parents, if I could read just a couple. One response was, "I feel like our kids are well prepared for kindergarten after 2 years with CLA. They have grown so much academically and socially because of your curriculum. Our kids' teachers have been friendly, kind, and easy to contact with questions or concerns." One other comment was, you do wonderful with the kids, the program activities, the teaching of our kids. I couldn't be happier with all you do. I love the STEM activities that you're incorporating into the classroom. So again, it just every year they do survey the parents, and we are getting some great response back from them. So I hope you will approve this contract for them to do another year at Shawnee North. Are there any questions?
Questions or comments for Susan?
Questions?
Great report.
Good to hear.
I'll move to execute the contract.
I'll second.
Yeah, that was a good report. Thank you. Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item D, Treasurer, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-231-2017 with Mail Services LLC for printing and mailing of Shawnee County tax statements for 3 years with funding from the county's general fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Larry Maw, Shawnee County Treasurer. Just to give you a little history of what brought this contract. About a year ago, you authorized me to trial the outsourcing of our statement printing and mailing. We did that using Mail Services. They printed and mailed our initial statements in November, and then the second half statements in April. We were very happy and pleased with their service. We felt like we saved money in consolidating all of that process into one location, and so we asked in January to do an RFP process. I was before you in April and presented that and recommended that we award the contract to Mail Services. We've negotiated that contract. You approved that. We negotiated the contract, and this is the culmination of that negotiation. So I kind of strung that out, but it's a 3-year contract with Mail Services. Will run through, 2020.
Very good.
And we were looking at this as opposed to doing it in-house.
Yes, we had traditionally done it in-house.
Right.
We'd also split the cost between 3 different departments, which made it very difficult to see what it was actually costing us. From an IT standpoint, that requires that they dedicate a printer. We avoided the cost of buying a new printer last year. And also, because this is a one thing for us, we would buy extra supplies. We avoid that. Because they use what is necessary, and since they do this all the time, that is their business, we don't have to have excess supplies that we throw away. So,
Good.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve the contract by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Larry.
thank you.
Next item, please.
Item E, Facilities Maintenance, number 1, consider approval of request to solicit bids for pest control services for all Shawnee County facilities.
Betty Greiner, Director of Administrative Services. As you can see, it's time to go out for bid for our pest control services again. And these will be the services for all of the county facilities.
I'll move to approve the request.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Betty. Next item.
Item F, Information Technology, number 1, consider approval of request to advertise and fill the Assistant Network Administrator position at a salary including benefits of $57,594.80.
Good morning, Commissioners. Pat O'Blander with the Information Technology Department. We did have a recent resignation of an Assistant Network Administrator in the IT Department, and I'm asking for permission to go ahead, re-advertise that position and fill it based on the reception of some qualified applicants. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Questions for Pat?
I'll move for approval of the request.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item F2, consider authorization and execution of contract C-232-2017 with Superion to provide on-site training sessions for the Cognos reporting platform at a cost of $7,200 for training and $2,000 for travel and lodging costs for the trainer, with funding from the One Solution Upgrade Project budget.
Commissioners, this item, as described in the description there, is a request to engage Superion to send a trainer here on site to provide some training for the Cognos platform. The Cognos platform is what we use to create reports out of our financial administration system. Currently, when some department wants to create a new report or modify an existing report, they have to talk to somebody in the IT department to do that. If somebody is up to speed with Cognos and the ability and the ins and outs of how to use that to create reports and modify them, they can do that work for themselves. this isn't something that just everybody can jump in and do. It is a little bit complicated, so those individuals that would be doing this need to be up to speed, what we would call power users within the system, be familiar with the tables, et cetera. But with a little additional training, we do feel like they would get the competency to create their own reports and modify them for themselves, and then not have to come to IT for that service. So if you're amenable, we'd like to have the staff from Superior come October 23rd through 27th to provide that training.
And this would be participants from throughout the county?
Correct. Participants from throughout the county, particularly for departments that rely heavily on reports out of that financial system.
Okay. Is there a limit to the number of participants we can have in the class?
No, only the physical space that we would be providing the training in.
Okay. Very good. Yes, Commissioner Cook.
Is this new with, have we done this before?
We have had some training with Cognos has been provided. This is something that came on when we upgraded to the One Solution financial system. The Cognos platform came along with that. And so we're trying to bring as many staff members as we can up to speed on how to use that and how to apply it to create these reports.
Additional questions?
I think this is a feature that you've been excited about. I've heard about it from Betty.
Yes,
and
it's kind of a big deal for the county.
because it's there, but creating the reports is what the training needs to be
Yes.
done on, correct?
Yeah, and I would also add the Cognos platform isn't specific to just the financial system. The IT department can also use that same platform to create reports in other applications. For example, the ones that we build in-house can use that same Cognos reporting platform. So it's a system that's similar to something like Crystal Reports that other people might be familiar with. But it is something that we purchased along with the One Solution platform, and it is applicable to other applications that we build for the county.
Okay.
Okay. I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item F3, consider authorization and execution of contract C-233-2017 with Superior for the annual maintenance and licensing fee for the Executime Advanced Scheduling product at a cost of $5,948.25 and funding from the 2017 IT budget.
Commissioners, this is another product that we purchased through Superion, the same company that we just engaged for training in Cognos. This application is the Executime Advanced Scheduling product. This is what is used by departments that have shifts of employees that cover 24/7 coverage by 365. In particular, the Sheriff's Office, the DOC, the 911 Center, all of those have continuous shifts. This module allows them to create schedules that automatically populate shifts, create schedules for people, and allow the supervisors to ensure that the appropriate amounts of money are paid for the times that people work during those shifts. In Shawnee County, we have very complex schedules with a lot of interactions with contracts for unions, Shawnee County resolutions. All of these things have to be factored in creating these schedules and ensuring that people are paid appropriately. This product allows all of that to be built into predefined schedules that run on a regular basis and reduces the amount of manual labor that's required to manage all of that activity over time. It takes a lot of work to get set up, and I really have to give kudos to the DOC and the Sheriff and the 911 Center for going through the initial work. It was a lot on their part to get that set up, but after that, we're now in a point where much of this is automated. So this pays the annual maintenance for that product.
I'll move to approve the contract, and thank you for that detailed explanation. I think that was very helpful.
I'll second.
Motion made to approve the contract by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you very much, Pat.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next item, please.
Item G, Human Resources, number 1, acknowledge receipt of correspondence regarding changes in income tax withholding rates for 2017 and 2018.
Good morning, Commissioners. Angela Lewis with HR. We'd like you to acknowledge the receipt of the tax changes for 2017. The legislators changed the tax rates. We would like to move to the 2018 platform now, as it would change in just another 6 months. And this would allow us to be prepared and ready for those upcoming changes and eliminate unnecessary adjustments to most wage owners' withholdings. As soon as it is approved by you, we hope, we will send out an email to all county employees letting them know of the changes and telling them who they can contact as far as a taxpayer assistance center.
So the tax increases were effective January 1, and so we're going to have some catch-ups
Exactly.
in from now to the end of the year, and that's, you're going to get calls from employees, I'm sure, and so.
They've already started.
I understand that. But, yeah, we may want to do a publication to let everybody know how, how that may impact them, because we're going to have a lot of questions on the tax increases and how we are doing our withholding, so.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
We will provide everyone a contact for the Taxpayer Assistance Center.
Okay, okay. And I did notice in your memo, you said, people should talk to their tax professional, and I think that's always good advice.
Absolutely.
Okay. Additional questions, comments for Angela?
No. Move approval or acknowledge receipt.
Second.
Motion made to acknowledge by Commissioner Bueller, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item G2, consider approval of request to advertise and fill the position of Director of the Shawnee County Health Department.
We'd like you to go ahead and approve this request. I had the opportunity to go over last week and meet with Ms. Linda Oakes, who is the interim director over there. They do a lot of great things to include prevention, education, healthcare services, including but not limited to immunizations, WIC, emergency preparedness, and communicable diseases. So it's time to get this position filled permanently, with your permission.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Angela. Next item, please.
Item H, Administrative Services. Number 1, consider approval of request for payment of unbudgeted expenses for 4 additional grand juries at a cost of $58,000 from the county's general expense contingency budget.
Betty Greiner, Director of Administrative Services. The DA has determined that it is advantageous to the county to add additional grand jury panels and how often they meet. So because of that, there is additional cost involved at some point. I don't know countywide that there's any additional cost. It's just the grand jury expenses themselves are additional cost. And because of the additional grand juries that have been added, that amount was not budgeted. I had budgeted $12,000 for grand jury costs out of general expenses for the year of 2017. With these additions, it looks like the cost will approximate $70,000, so I'm just asking to pay the difference out of the county contingency plan. This was, unexpected at the time that we prepared the budget for the general expenses. I know Mike Kagay is here to answer any questions you might have also.
Mr. District Attorney.
Thank you, Ms. Greiner. Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Kagay, District Attorney. And Ms. Greiner is correct. We have evaluated the needs of this jurisdiction, and we believe we are most efficient with additional grand juries. And there's statutory authority to move forward on that, and specifically KSA 22-3006 provides for funding for the grand jurors and for a certified court reporter in subsections A and B. And it also provides that those will be paid out of the county general fund.
Okay. I know we started the process a year or two ago, and to save taxpayer money in the final analysis. Are you satisfied that that's what's going on, and the additional grand juries will do even more?
I am,
Okay.
and I'd like to speak about that for a minute, if
Absolutely.
I may. The grand jury has a lot of direct benefits and a lot of peripheral benefits. As far as the taxpayers go, what we're looking at doing is we save time and money for judges who don't have to hear preliminary hearings, prosecutors who don't have to go in there, law enforcement who can, instead of waiting in the hall for a preliminary hearing that's probably not going to happen, they can instead be out on the street doing their job. Professional witnesses, doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, out-of-state witnesses who would need to be subpoenaed and flown in with the additional cost that goes along with that. All of that's avoided by using the grand jury system. Now, we're still going to do prelims from time to time because it makes sense strategically to do that. And I believe that sometimes it's warranted in high-level cases. If you look at a prelim we had scheduled earlier this week in a triple homicide case, it could have gone to grand jury. We could have done that. We made the decision to put it to preliminary hearing, and we had a continuance. And you have all these witnesses who are standing by. You have the court who set aside this time to deal with it, and it doesn't go forward. We don't have that problem with the grand jury. So that's just a recent example, but I'm happy to answer any other questions you have.
Wow. Any questions for the district attorney this morning?
No, I don't have any.
I appreciate that explanation, and I appreciate, as most county officials do, we try to save money in any way we can for the taxpayer. I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Betty, and thank you, Mike. Next item, please.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Luby with Shawnee County Parks and Recreation. I want to remind the Commission, tonight we do have the Shawnee County Baseball Hall of Fame. We have a great class being inducted tonight. The doors open at 5:30, and that is at the downtown Ramada Inn and Convention Center. The keynote speaker tonight is Mike Torres, native of Topeka in the Oakland community. Went on to have a prestigious baseball career with the Yankees and numerous teams, Boston and Oakland, I believe. Also, a few announcements for this coming Saturday. We have a pretty busy day in line. As part of the Parks and Recreation Month, Shawnee County Parks and Recreation will be hosting free fitness classes at the Crestview Community Center. It's called Grade 8 Fitness for 8 straight hours. We're going to have on the hour different classes that the public can come in, take free. We're hoping that once they do that and find out what they like, they will get a discounted for $8 off the regular price for a fitness card. They can sign up and enjoy the classes. And we have numerous classes, and they can find out which instructor they like, however they do it. But it's from 8 in the morning till 8 p.m. Also, a few weeks ago, we signed off on a partnership with the Topeka Community Cycle Project. They were looking for a new home. We are glad to partner with them, and they do their ribbon cutting at the Oakland Community Center, which is their new home. That will be at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. with the open house. I know they have a few giveaways for the crowd, so we're really excited about this partnership and bringing them into our community. Also, at the Dornwood, we have a Tree and History Walk at 10 a.m., led by Terry Braden, our naturalist. She's going to take them through Dornwood and the Dornwood trails and give a little bit of history of the Dornwood and the dairy home that was there, and along with some tree identification along the way. There is a fee for that program for $5, and it's going to be one that we're going to try to continue. I think they're going to do a Seasons of Dornwood series where they'll do it in the fall with the different foliage and stuff too. So we're excited about that. And last but not least, we have the 10th anniversary of the Rossville Community Pool. I can't believe it's been 10 years, but Commissioner Bueller was instrumental in this. When she was mayor of Rossville, she put together a pretty dynamic team to go out and raise money for this. Not many communities would even attempt this, and Rossville was able to accomplish it. So they raised, I believe it was a little over $1 million. That's quite a bit for a small community like Rossville. I know when I worked out there in the late 80s, they were talking about a community pool way before that. So it was pretty cool that they got this accomplished. It's an open, free day of swim. There's going to have hot dogs, snow cones, other activities going on. The opening will be at 11 a.m. for the hot dogs and snow cones, and then it's free admission till 5 p.m. If you have any questions.
The free admission is generous donation from the Rossville Community Foundation. And I'll correct you on one thing, it wasn't $1 million, it was about $500,000. Yeah,
The goal was $1 million.
The goal, well, yeah, it ended up costing about $1 million, but we've raised about $500,000.
My story sounded better.
I know.
The ribbon cutting for Oakland Community Center, what, is that today? When is that?
Oh, Saturday, I'm
Saturday.
sorry. All these
Everything's
took
on the
place
same
on
day.
Saturday, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
Busy
Yes.
day.
Very good.
Yeah, real busy day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Others for administrative communications?
Good morning, Commissioners. Justin Gregory, Kansas Expo Center. Would like to announce that the tickets go on sale tomorrow morning for the Big Church Night Out event at the Kansas Expo Center, Thursday, September 28th. Doors open at 6 p.m. This concert will feature Grammy-nominated group Newsboys, Sidewalk Prophets, Seventh Time Down, Derek Minor, Blanca, Adam McGee from Audio Adrenaline, illusionist Brock Griel, worship leader Jamie Strain, and Jeremy Willett. Tickets start at $28. It's a wonderful event if you've never been before. It's something to surely see. Those tickets, again, go on sale tomorrow morning at the Expo Center box office. This weekend at the Expo Center, we're hosting the County Fair Horse Show in Dome Arena, also hosting the Sunflower State Games for the first time. And then also moving on to the County Fair begins on Thursday, runs through Sunday. The free concert featuring Zach Emery and Cruise Line is Friday night at 6:30 at the County Fair. And also Thursday is the Third Thursday party at Heritage Hall with a casino theme. There is actually no gambling, but just games and prizes. So, any questions?
Thank you.
Anything for Justin?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ariel Whiteley, I'm the horticulture agent for Shawnee County Extension. Before I get started, I have a couple flyers for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we had no idea that Saturday was going to be such an eventful day, so we're just going to add one more thing. With Extension Master Gardeners, they are going to host a sick plant clinic at Fairlawn Plaza Mall from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is a free event to the public, and this is a great opportunity for members of Shawnee County to bring in plant samples or problems that they're having. We're also accepting photographs. Normally, this is a service that's obviously my part of my job. It's offered at our office, but we're doing it this year on a Saturday, hopefully to allow people that work during the week to come. And also, we have more than just myself and Master Gardeners. We have a couple of experts from K-State, including Judy O'Mara, who's a plant pathologist, and Eva Zurich, who is an entomologist, both very talented women who I often call. So rather than calling them, they're just going to be right there, accessible to the public, as well as John Wellborn, who, as you know, is the director of Shawnee County Weed Department. So we're very excited to host this event. Anyone who wants to bring in plant samples or pictures can find some information on how to do that at www.shawnee.kstate.edu, and you can just click under Extension Master Gardeners. Do you have any questions?
I don't know, did you say the location?
Fairlawn Plaza Mall, yes.
Okay.
Saturday, 10 till 3.
10 to 3, yes.
Okay.
Very good.
We hope to see you there.
Thanks.
All right, thank you so much. Anyone else for administrative communications this morning? Commissioner Cook?
You know, 10 years ago, I think I saw in the paper that a county commissioner went down the slide in celebration of the opening.
No, I did not do that. That was Commissioner Miller, I think, up at the North Pool. I don't know if I'll be doing that.
I don't have anything today.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner
Thank you,
Bueller?
Commissioner Craig. No, I don't have anything.
Okay. I don't have anything either. Everyone have a nice weekend. Next item, please.
Item 6, executive session.
There's not a need, so we're officially adjourned, and thank you for attending this morning.
That was the opening of the North Pool.